Ooh, the Naga. Okay.
It's a C specialty to be able to put the Naga Siren in the off lane. Obviously, if Masaros was here for SMG, he would have been doing it.
Is this something you're considering from Talon to maybe offset the current lane setup? Because we see level 2, they're going to go. Jabs should be our first blood with a dive slow. Dyrachyo doesn't need to dive under the tower thanks to Celery's damage over time. And they will take a little bit of damage from the Korea Waves. Q's still going to hold them down as well with the Avalanche, but it's a nice hit back damage-wise, but nonetheless, still that first blood gold is going to be huge in this lane.
I think they're banking on the fact that Talon are going to overcommit and they're going to really be able to come out on top with any sort of defense, because you can't have that sort of thing happen where you only end up getting a support, right? 23 Savage getting a ton of farm is
Celery, this could be dangerous. Coil with the egg, but they just blow up Quinn. His health pool disappeared. Makoto's going to go under the cover of the Ghost Walker. Pretty good dead shot, but really not going to help out too much in the end. Another turnaround's going to be there. What can these two supports do to pressure Talon? I mean, Tofu will use a defensive ultimate. Makoto can still stall out the retreat. Even got Tornado at the ready. And Avalanche will help them close the distance. A little bit messy with a Tornado. And Tofu actually gets out. They stop the tree throw damage. And our Celery is going to be back with a combo. Ace comes out of nowhere as well.
He won't be.
He's got the ultimate ready to go if they want to continue chasing. And in the end, I mean, it's a support for Quinn's life.
Dead to rights. Looks like Makoto might even be looking to try and go for a bit of a follow-up here. He might see the Illusory Orb going up towards the north side, and he's got those Spirit Vessel charges.
Nice hunting. Makoto going to be able to stop the Sunray instantly. Now Q's even moving over as well. They should be able to get a double kill as a result to this. Makoto hunting deep behind the tower, getting ready to potentially punish any defense out of Gaming Gladiators. And they should get him. Stuck around for a little bit too long. Dyrachyo's been flawless so far, 17 minutes in. But Talon finally going to be able to close the door into the Chaos Knight. They are instant TPs coming through from Gladiators. Are they going to be fast enough to keep him alive? Sunray's out from Celery. Dyrachyo getting a lot of bonus health back with the life steal as well. Now the Supernova gives him firm control. Dyrachyo was all a bait, and now with Gladiators here, they can look to clean up. Jabs is going to end up going down. They'll be rewarded with the kill on Q, but Savage wants to turn the fight. The first fight for him, looking to get involved. He's got that Orchid ready in the arsenal, but it's still messy. Makoto doesn't have the health pool to bite back as well. Now Ace, he wants to charge on full, but the song will stop him short. Savage is able to TP out, but Dyrachyo lives long enough. The boys come in full force, and that's a 3-for-1 in the end.
I wonder if they're even making the call of, you know what, we wanted the Radiance on Jabs, now we want the Midas on Q before we make any sorts of plays. Hell, even if we end up dying, we're still going to be impacting our net worth positively. Not if he dies, though, and gives up a good amount of that unreliable gold.
Back-to-back smokes that might not work out. Jabs is going to act as a bait. Pops the smoke, of course. Can eat a lot of the spells. They haven't used too many big abilities though. Mimble over to the left side. Savage going toe-to-toe. It's a pretty good Supernova in the middle of the team fight. 23 needs to make the call to retreat. They'll get out of range of the egg. It's a lot of abilities now used. Meanwhile, Jabs on the right side though does get assassinated. Can you still go for more from Gaming Gladiators? You don't have the greatest health pool on Dyrachyo.
All you've really got left is the Pierce the Veil on to Tofu, and he's got the Aghanim shard as well to be able to play around with, so he can look to stand his ground at man fight. So I think he's generally okay with things, and he's going to be the one acting as that bait a lot of the time. You can see immediately after that he queues up the Blade Mail, just making sure that, you know what, if you're going to commit this much onto me, not only are you getting burned, you're also probably going to die. Yeah, they've got BKBs though, and they've currently got no way to be able to have that BKB piercing disable right now. Quinn still just on 18.
Celery, detection. That's a little bit. What's the call going to be? Makoto turns super early use of the egg. They don't really have many heroes to protect them. Makoto with the alacrity. I mean, it's a big opportunity if Savage wants the song to get some more heroes now. Dai want to fight. They're coming in. Over to the northern side, Dyrachyo assassinated Jabs. So that was a reincarnation used early on as Ace jumps in the middle. Dyrachyo's going to look to get the second life out of Jabs as well, as Savage's song will do nothing. 4v4 at the moment. Gladiators, can they look to get more as well? As Savage is by himself. Talon, they're not in a position to protect him as GT find a big kill. They're going to be able to surround him on this second life, and Quinn will force away the reinforcements. Savage has the BKB to protect himself momentarily, but look at Ace guiding Makoto on the backline. That sets up for Quinn's jump, and Orchid will prevent the spell casting, but the dead shot drags him back to Duracho, and Ace isn't done just yet. Deep inside the base they go. They might need a toss out. Q, can he protect Savage? They've got the drain. Ollie, he'll keep 23 alive for the moment, but there is going to be no response from Talon, and finally there is a big break from Dire.
There is, and I mean, it's unfortunate. Oh, they're still looking like they want to try fighting here on Savage. Again, the Avatos copper was available. Jabs is coming back up.
Savage, can you fight this? I mean, you really don't want to use this Makoto buyback. You're relying on Ollie and Tiny to get you out of danger. Savage gets some distance. Quinn's going to jump to the backline as well, but the spell's still on cooldown for Q. Yours in snare. Avalanche is up in a couple seconds. Duracho's going to try and prevent Q from holding Quinn into place. And meanwhile, these buildings are full. They've held the buyback from Makoto, but there's still a bit of an opportunity to get more kills as Quinn easily jumps and blows up Jabs, and all of a sudden, this game, it's out of control.
Yeah, it's blown wide open, and it goes back to the tiniest of things. They had the glyph for the tier 2 tower that they were fighting underneath.
They are not stopping as well. Double siege wave. They'll force Talent back to base.
Even an aggressive glyph coming through here, wanting to protect this wave as much as possible.
Seen previously, the team fight ultimates have been disastrous for Talon inside the fight. They're going to jump Jabs again to start. Should be able to kill the first life without committing too heavily. What can Talon do to protect Jabs on the respawn? Get some separation to the right side. There's the song. They can help protect Jabs, but do they go back in afterwards?
Got a toss on Q.
They're so hesitant.
They're not going to get anything.
Oh, wow. I mean, this is just some incredible 5v5 team for gaming. And we're seeing these big ultimates just be such a concern for Talon. They don't have ways to address them at the moment. They're going to try and make a fight occur with, you know, Phantasm split on cooldown, but these are for 40 seconds.
They smoked under the ward.
Okay.
They know it's coming. They're just backing off completely. Might even be looking to go through the twin gate and get the hell out of there, but looks like it's the high ground that they're wanting to play around, banking on the fact that Roshan might have respawned. It's a really long one. Probably the longest they could have possibly hoped for on Gaming Gladiators, and you don't want to walk up into this.
Quinn's in a great spot. Pops the smoke, gets the information. They're going to use the ward as well. Q will find a pretty good initiation onto the Phoenix. There's just no follow-up.
No boys.
Salary is okay. Q's jumped into the lion's den, and Talon don't want to follow him to death. They'll look to retreat to the southern side. Duracho's gone far too forward. It's a big kill to the chaos side if they're going to be able to find it. A supernova dropped on the Egg. They're going to try and turn to deal with the Egg. I don't know if they got the right clicks. Egg will pop at the last second. Makoto's in some danger. Duracho with the instant buyback into the middle, but Savage, he'll give them an opportunity to retreat. Ace, he actually cancelled the TP. The Bruling stops Savage from getting out. They can now chase the Naga Siren down to the south. Quinn, he got Makoto as well. A disastrous fight. The buyback from Duracho, huge. The Egg even better. And now Gaming Gladiators can look to walk it down and go for the finishing blow. Savage wants to bring one man with a grave, but he won't even do that.
No song save. No Naga illusions in the early game, even just the Radiance for that aspect there.
2 fights apparently is all you need, especially with the caliber of this team. You give them an advantage and they will completely take over the map and not look back from there. About to be mega creeps for Talon to deal with.
They're going to hold on, but still another 20 seconds until you're going to get any sort of cause back into this game. And they went for a slightly more aggressive route, but then the greed took over. The classic mentality of wanting to go into that late game. SEA plays it better than a lot of other teams and a lot of other regions, but it's just not enough.
Shaz is like, take my life instead. They will just turn to the throne. Makoto's back. You've got, I mean, Savage in fight, but it's far too long. Couple seconds too long. In fact, in Gaming, Gladiators will be rewarded with their gameplay with a first map victory 39 minutes in.
And it's a convincing one as well, right? It seemed pretty even in the early-ish game. They got off to a good start. The Aghanim Shard to really give a ton of value. You know, Is it 2% still, or is it slightly less? The steal that you get from every hit. I think it's like 1.8 maybe, or something like that. It's about, you know, having to contend against the likes of this break coming through from the Primal, the break coming through from the PA, and the really strong lanes that you've got in both of the side lanes.
You in trouble? Tofu should be able to get that blinding light pushed back. They're going to have a lot of slows as well. Jabs is actually coming back in, but I don't know if there's much that Talon can do to get Q out of danger. They might be able to get a return kill. Quill's also taking a lot of damage, and the Quills are starting to stack up. Seller is also in some danger.
They gonna get away? Oh, they didn't commit onto one of them. Trying to stick into one of these side lanes as much as possible. Just keep the pressure moving up there. Looks like he might even be starting to build up a few stacks for both. Well, honestly, all three cores on Gaming Gladiators are great stack takers.
The Racho's in some trouble. These Quills up to 4 now, especially with Q here. He's got a Kree wave coming shortly. You see Jabs is angling to the right side to be able to follow in pursuit. And the shards locks him into place. And this is going to be a catapult wave as well. So this tower will take a lot of damage off the back of that kill from Talon. It is good to see him being active though, nonetheless. I mean, Rupture can almost always guarantee a kill, and we're going to see it not even used here for Tofu. Kodo is able to get himself closer towards the vessel. Gladiators are trying to strike back though. It's Quinn and Celery together. You do have Ace reasonably close by as well. And that double damage rune is going to shred them apart. Now the shards makes it a little bit awkward, but Savage has already tanked up way too much damage, and Quinn's already looking for the +1 kill. A much different performance we're seeing out of him, and instantly looking at mid lane. He can combine with Jabs. Also a great timing as well out of the power. And he's going to run straight into him. But they want to go for Tofu, which is the easy kill. Blinding Light will only stall this one out. Quinn will try and do whatever he can. Ace is even got a TP in. Rolling Thunder's still on cooldown for 15 seconds. That's a perfect tornado. Makoto's Invoker this game is really on point. Now Quinn's in some danger. They will have the snowball to be able to stop the pulverize, but it's a little bit too late though. And now Seller is going to look to enter with a Flesh Golem. Makoto in some trouble, but the shards will do nothing as Gladiators, a big couple of kills to be able to slow down this momentum that the Invoker's been starting to build.
I'm just waiting to see if there is any hero that ends up showing themselves. Would love a quick mill onto Celery.
It might not be quick though.
Boys.
Gladiators are nearby. Lucky Shot's going to make it a little bit more messy. It looks like with Jabs coming through along with the Ice Blast, without a doubt they'll get the kill. There might be a Tombstone as well if they want to go for it. Instead, there is a tier 1 mid they can consider.
Yeah, I don't think they want to fight as far away from that Tombstone as possible. They know that they've got Tofu as well as Quinn there as backup. You've got the ability to isolate. You've got something else to be able to set up for things like the Ice Blast to completely isolate someone away. And
oh no, man.
Solo.
They don't want to take the Bay. Maybe they think there's more. They'll drop the ward. There's a sentry in range. Jab should know.
Season.
It's activates the BKB, tries to turn, but once AC is going to be in with the break, might be a little bit easier about killing the Bristleback. They're hesitant though. Gaming don't want to commit heavily, and now with the reactions out of Talon for the grab ally, will keep him alive momentarily, but it's not going to matter. Stunned as he re-enters the living. He won't be there for too long. They want to go back in though. Savage is committed with the BKB. He's in a lot of trouble as Quinn's going to be able to target him down for the moment. Has more than enough force to be able to bounce back off. The Rupture's proving to be annoying, but it will not matter in the end. And now Q can still jump over the top. Jabs is starting to stack up this damage. His Bristleback has gone uncontested. And where is Duracio? Just not involved throughout that team fight. Was having a bit of a battle over on the left side. I think he killed Oli, but maybe with him there we see a different fight. But in the end, Talon, they're able to come out on top. If Gladiators win this fight, then get Roche. The map will be difficult to play with. They killed Jabs to start.
Yeah, and they've got the break now on the PA as well. She's got basically all the items she could possibly need, even going into that nullifier next.
Can't lose that ward.
That Ghost Scepter's not a fact.
They're going to jump Q straight onto Tofu. They should be able to blow up the Keep of the Light, but once again, Celery will keep him alive. They found Makoto, and that's a big target to take out of the equation. But Savage is going to look to enter as well. Duracio! These crits are raining down, and now Quinn hot in pursuit, but who does he want to jump though? The zombies giving them the information. Talon done a pretty good job to retreat, but the BKBs, they're not available if a further fight does break out, as Quinn would jump over the top of the shards, but they would just sacrifice the life of Q, and there we go. A fight will go the way of Gaming Gladiators, and eventually they're going to be rewarded with Roshan as well, and this map will now start to shrink as a result.
An instant Sunstrike maybe when Makoto comes up to see if it actually is the case. No Ice Blast and complete vision as well. Ace is acting as that frontline bodyguard.
Ice Blast is coming through now. It's going to clip on two.
Grab
You've
ally.
got the Aegis been instantly taken care of. And now they won't get much value out of the break as well. It's going to be on cooldown for a little bit of time. What's the call on Talon? Makoto's going to be back in. Duraggio jumps to the left side, but the BKB on cooldown. Can he activate the cheese? Gets it off for the last second, but he's still going to be bursted. Full to zero. And Jabs is left standing in the middle of it all as well with the scepter. This bristleback is ripping Ace apart. They got to get out. Gladiators, you need to cut your losses, but Q jumps over to the top of the high ground. That's a perfect shard placement. There is no retreat from Dire. Tofu will be cut down as well as Talon. The numbers disadvantage, it did not matter. What a fight by the pit.
They know they're about to go for a smoke. They just grouped up under a watcher that they had under their control. So right now, Jabs just wants to shove out the wave, force someone to have to deal with this first. Tornado off the mark.
Well, Makoto being on the front's worrying.
They can retreat. This would be huge.
Rupture's out as
They get a
well.
good rupture off.
Quinn's going to have to protect himself with the Arcanum shot. He's fallen pretty low, but meanwhile, Duraggio wants to jump in the middle. Ace is going to follow in pursuit as well. They're holding down Makoto momentarily. Duraggio with the burst damage. They'll deal with the Invoker. What's the call now from Gladiators? Can you look for more kills? As Q, he is isolated in no man's land as Talon can't enter Dire's side of the map. And another fight will go the way of Gladiators, and now they can look to get some more objectives.
Good God, that was good. Just wait out the rupture. Make sure that you, with your Satanic, is able to provide the safety. And like you said, they isolated Q. Q did the right thing. He wanted to get that Walrus kick off, make sure that he was able to burn out the rest of the Pangolier's HP pool. But instead, Celery drops the Tombstone onto Quinn, gets it inside the grab ally, means that, like you said, Tusk completely away from the rest of the boys and ends up dying as a result. It's really, really well done by GAIMIN GLADIATORS. Full team fight coming through there. That was not any sort of individual play. That was a team understanding.
There's no way they run into Savage, right?
Surely not.
Close. Wait, hang on. Are they
He
thinking
was.
about fighting Q? Tofu's not with the boys at the moment. Duraggio, no BKB as well. Ice Blast will clip on the right side. It separates the Phantom Assassin, and there is that combo. Rupture kick. Health pool gets blown up. Gladiators will be able to retreat, so they only lose one, but of course that is a big kill on Duraggio, and Roche is up in 20 seconds. We'll see if Talon's able to scout it out straight away. Wait, this is a scary bridge to cross. Thoroughly will lead the charge, wants to drop his own ward, which completely scouts Talon out. And Duraggio is going to be able to jump as well, but the break's there. Jabs is in a lot of danger. Refreshes his health pool thanks to the cheese. Now Duraggio down low, they blow him up. No Duraggio for the team fight. Talon, you've got to get more. This is your one opportunity. They'll try and cross the bridge back to their side of the map. Ace wants to try and disrupt them, but the tornado clips on 4. Duraggio will bite back, but he's way too far away from the team. Ace is going to hold down Savage on the right side. Ace just solo killed the Bloodseeker. Now there's a big opportunity. Gladiators, they'll need to get more out of this. The investment out of the buybacks is costly. As Quinn should stop Makoto on the retreat. If they got detection, it looks like they do. We'll try and TP out, but the rock throw will stop him short as Gladiators somehow come out on top.
How did he do that much damage, I suppose? And if Talon have the cojones to use this buyback, if Q is able to get into a good position for a kickback, they might be able to do it.
Oh, they're looking for maybe being able to blow him up. 4-0. Celery again. This tombstone save. And now you've just sacrificed Q's life. And Bristle's in a little bit of trouble as well, but the breakout. Ace sees an opportunity to be able to charge in the middle. Savage tries to do what he can, but it's not going to matter. Now Duraggio senses an opportunity. Makoto with the tornado will disrupt. The combo's going to get laid down. Kick further inside to base. GAIMIN Gladiators. What can you do on the respawn? To just even sacrifice his life? Quinn will try and give an opportunity for the Phantom Strike, but the instant Hex is finally there. And now they're looking for more as well. Ace, kick back. This is the opportunity Talon have been waiting for. Ace will go down without a doubt. It's just a question of can they get more kills. As Savage will not be able to cancel Quinn's TP, but that is the dieback on Duraggio. Anyone's nearby, Q may look for the opening with the kick. He's starting to run up.
Jabs is just softening up a little bit.
Wait, Jabs?
Why not?
Dude! Quinn's in trouble now as well. Sorry again.
Remember?
Oh my lord, these tombstones, but it is just space. One building down. What's the call from Talon?
Dire's middle barracks are under attack.
call is to keep on going. They want to have this map advantage. They want to keep GAIMIN Gladiators fighting on their side of the map. They don't want that instant pick off into a dieback, into the inability to be able to fight, and they know it's 20 seconds until the PA is a concern.
Jabs doesn't have the greatest mana pool for this fight.
I don't think they want to take a fight at all. Yeah, they're going to clean up what is possible, and then they're going to get the hell out of there.
Smoke's going to pop. Good reaction.
So quick. And Celery, I think, has been the MVP.
Hang on, they're coming.
GG so far.
Smoke's going to pop. Ollie's in a really peculiar position where they can just blow up the support. A quick guaranteed kill onto an easy opportunity. Gives them a 4v5 and potentially more as well. As Q's going to go down. These are the heroes without buyback. Savage.
No, Savage, he trapped himself.
He can BKB and TP, but you got to make a call pretty shortly. He's going to TP now. His ace disrupted the charge. Won't stop him, but dude, now no one's there.
The guy that died back.
No one is with Jabs. It's just Makoto as well. But the Invoker, he also needs to get out of danger. That is a disastrous team fight. The worst thing that could possibly happen. As Savage is going to try and do whatever he can, but one crit, jump over the top. Duracho will not let Savage get back to the base. And now they send blood in the water. Makoto as well. You could not have had anything worse happen for Talon. And now, as a result, Makoto, they'll catch up to him as well. Buybacks are used instantly. I guess at least the lanes are in an okay position, but
they might not even care. They've got the creeps. 3 is enough. They're just going to go up onto that high ground. Buybacks coming up shortly.
None.
50 seconds until the AA. And a minute until the PA. So Duracho feels confident in being able to go for this all-in style push.
They've got Glyph, but it's a miracle hold. Gladiators one fight away of getting some revenge when Talon knocked them out of Riyadh. Let's see what the combo is going to be. Oh, it's not on the mark. You tried to set up with a tornado. They're just going to go for the throne. Duracho might die to the Sunstrike. That's a big start. Makoto's putting in work in the defense. Ace will try and turn to Savage, but Q kicks him right next to the fountain. That is the damage they need to bring down the Primal Beast as well, and they have held. We are not done just yet. The Savage will also stop Celery from getting out of maybe Celery. Oh, Q, nice prediction. All right, it's able to catch up the Celery, so at least there will be a third member that does go down.
At least it's an AA, so you can still have that big team fight impact from the base.
It is, but
they've finally found a little bit of isolation. No one's claimed that Watcher right now.
Quinn, he's not going to mess around. Instant rolling thunder, looking to get to the back line. There's the Lincoln's double. Savage, he's in a lot of danger. Duracho is going to try and close the distance. Savage, can he get any lives? Still back. It's too late for Makoto spellcasting. Still, they will get a return kill. Can Makoto slip under the cover of the invis though? Ace has got the detection. Pulverize slams him into the ground. The buybacks are the pivotal thing as they're already back in the middle thanks to Tofu's help. Can they get any more off the back of this though? Ace is going to try and get onto Jabs. They'll separate themselves. 2 fights are breaking out simultaneously. This Jabs uncontested so far, but he's not going to have the mana or the health shortly as well. As the breaks are proving too much of an issue. Look at the mid base though. Makoto, he just brought back dude. Makoto, this is an all or nothing play. Quinn's going to need some assistance as well. They'll get the TP in from Jabs. They're going for the throne, man. Someone needs to respond.
It happened to them at Riyadh with Liquid. They're trying to see if they can do it themselves.
But they're not going to have the numbers. Jabs is pretty goddamn survivable. 2 fights again are happening to Duracho. He's not with the boys. There could be an opportunity. Duracho and Savage going toe-to-toe. They're going to push him down to the southern side. I mean, back to mid, we see Jabs and Quinn. The BKB protects the Bristle back down to the south we go. Ice Blast connects. When is an opportunity for Savage? First Hex is out, and that's all they need. A dieback on Duracho.
I'll say it again. Late game Dota is where C really shines.
Dude, why is there a rapier on Oli? What am I looking at? What is this?
Attack from range, Ollie, do it.
It's all or nothing now. You just got to go for it. 25 seconds. Quinn's onto Makoto, BKB. They want to deal with the Tombstone. What's the call? Messi inside the team fight. There's a lot of damage from Ace. He's trying to control the backline, making space. The throne is now exposed. Talon, they're going to go straight for the Jugular with a Stygian Desolator. This base is falling fast. Still Duracho down for 5 seconds, and it's going to be too long. Talon will send us to a deciding Game 3. And what fashion to do it in.
What a play from Makoto and Jabs. Yeah, there we go. It's a mid-tiny. That's what I was kind of expecting. I think they really needed this to be a lot more aggressive. You've still got the potential to be able to, of course, secure a bunch of the creeps with both the avalanche as well as the tree grab. Can you do? Also, just wondering what the item build is going to be like on Makoto, but I think both you and I agree that... Oh.
Celery, yeah, in some danger with the fissure placement. Jab's going to be able to land the Starbreaker, and this will be our first blood. And Dyrachyo, we forced the Time Walk away. So Talon strike first in our final game.
His item build is like the power treads, then into the Blink Dagger and starting to scale off the back of that. Makoto, as he looks to go for a kill, gets dead shotted back with the haste root, so he gets the hell out of there. He's gone for the phase boots route. So this is much more of like, less of a farming build, more of a kill build.
That's Phantom placement. Solar Guardian's going to be in the fishes. A little bit awkward though. Jabs is on the other side, but Makoto will struggle to follow up. Dude, everyone from Gladiators recognize the importance of this fight. Dyrachyo is ready with the Chrono, but the instant Delta split away from Talon, he'll still get an opportunity to use it onto the offlaner. But now 23 Savage, he's ready to go for the 10v10. They should be able to deal with Tofu. Gotta be cautious. Q's gonna be able to buy him some time. Attribute shift at the ready, so Savage will not be blown up. And double Midas has been worked on for Gladiators. Ace is so farmed and potentially going to be rewarded with another kill. Savage blown up from 4-0. Mid lane now though. Are they not even going to have the damage? You serious? Ace everywhere across the map with the early Spirit Breaker involvement. Ollie will get the kill onto Celery.
Makoto at least is relishing this small amount of time that he's got solo in the mid lane. Able to put a little bit of pressure on that tier 1 tower as well.
This is a gigantic kill. I think he does, especially with Ollie here. That is a much needed kill. Savage able to bring down Ace, who was off to an incredible start this game on the offlane Spirit Breaker.
As the Faceless Void gets to start building into his farm. And I've seen that's exactly where the charges are coming mid once again.
What does that double LSA? And now they're going to get Makoto as well.
Yep.
It is just, it's the same recipe always. Gladiators, so much emphasis on securing power runes. Talon only bring 2. And they're going to be punished for that. If you're going to go for these runes, you need to bring more members. If they're not quick though, Dire's going to smoke and go through the portal.
Yeah.
It has to be perfect because Dyrachyo has the boys shortly, and if they group up for the Chrono, this could be devastating. Jabs, he's just going to run up and meet them all, and you can't take a fight here, but the calling, it's going to be disastrous. They'll still try though. Tofu's falling low. All the AoE control proving to be an issue. Jabs tries to get the ultimate up, but just to no avail. And they just are all mincemeat running into the grinder as now GAIMIN Gladiators. They'll find Ollie as well in no man's land. They have a pretty good ward that's scouting out multiple members on Die. I think they were just in range to see the smoke.
Yeah, they were indeed.
So everything is at the ready from Dire. Tofu and Ace going to lead the charge. Ollie once again. Be able to pop this. Q will give him some separation. Should still be able to get the kill. Makoto with the counter over the echo. It's a pretty good combo. Can they blow up Quinn? And they will. That is a great start. Dyrachyo, can he find the angle for the Chronosphere though? Over the right side, the waveform. Savage toying with GAIMIN Gladiators. And now the fissure onto 2. The perfect start is Makoto's going to jump over the top of the chain control. Dyrachyo protected for the moment for the BKB, but they can continue to chase him down. Ace is going to charge through from downtown. You might need the Chrono protecting Dyrachyo. In fact, it won't be required, but Ace in some danger. In fact, it's actually Celery that is the one in trouble, and Talon somehow, some way, find a incredible team fight. They take 3, and that is all thanks to Ollie's positioning.
Ollie's positioning and Q spell casting, that was perfect.
Is this the fight you're wanting for Talon? A loss here could give a big opportunity. They're going to go soon. This Roche is down to half health.
This would be such a big initiation if you're able to get all 3.
They're clumping up for a potential echo. They need the vision. Shadow Team will provide that. Could Makoto lead the charge as well? Look at the calling. Tofu in a close area could be devastating. They're going to be able to get the jump in. Roche is down. Makoto gets the ages. It's a great start for Talon. Dyrachyo used an early BKB as well. Talon kiting over to the right side. Okay, momentarily. We need to see what Dyrachyo can do with his ulti. Savage, he's going to charge over the north side. Dyrachyo doesn't even get to play this team fight. As Talon now can potentially get some more kills. Makoto stops the charge. Ace, 4,200 health. But when he has no heroes to play around him, it doesn't matter how long it takes to kill him off. As Talon, somehow they've got the net worth lead. They were down 7,000.
It's with the Aegis, it gives you that confidence to be able to make these sorts of plays, maybe thinking that he's a little safe here to Rachu on the right-hand side. Kodo careful not to pop his smoke on the towers, and ooh, how quick is he on the fingers? Yeah. I'm still pretty satisfied with that, though.
They're really split. They're going for their own kill. Jabs is isolated. Going to be able to blink closer back to the T2 tower. Meanwhile, I mean, there's a straight chrono as well, so everyone else is stuck from being able to join, and Duracho just gets the time walk away. Savage wants to jump on forward, though, but the BKB stops the death shot. Has he got the damage? He does. Waveform to confirm the kill, and Savage is not done just yet. Your high ground will not stop me. The Savage finds a double further to the south. Ace is isolated. We saw prior, when he doesn't have any boys to play with, he can be vulnerable. Quinn's gonna TP him, has to jump over the right side as the Acro Slam Ace. He'll find an opportunity to charge away, but Quinn, he doesn't have the same capability. Tries to fly up to the high ground, but he's gonna be cut down. Just what is going on? GAIMIN Gladiators, they are crumbling.
11% spell amplification coming through. I believe Ace has the Shadow Blade completed, so it's another thing that's just going to enable to...
They see Tofu.
He shows himself, yep.
Simultaneous jumps to the right and left. Both supports blown up from 4 to 0. They're not messing around, Talon. They're looking for more as well. Right under the cover of the Shadow Blade. Ace is going to charge into the middle as well. You still have the Chronosphere. Savage with the Replicate's going to be able to prevent Duracho. They split away. Duracho doesn't have a good opportunity for his ultimate. Will finally use it, but it's a wasted Chrono. He'll get no value out of it. And now Makoto can hunt. Tofu stuck in no man's land. As Talon just have their number. Gladiators cannot take these fights anymore.
Man, I was watching 23 that entire time. He's using those zoomer reflexes to perfection. He was still like full Agimok, and until he sees the Faceless Void actually use the animation of the Chronosphere, he stays there. He stays a legitimate threat. As soon as he starts to do the animation, that's when he starts morphing, and even the Spirit Vessel isn't enough to be able to get the full effectiveness out of it. At least they get the Courier, but it's a full lane of racks gone, and potentially two.
Wow. They will look for the hold, of course. Charge in. They're going to try and take a fight 3v5s. You got the buyback out of Quinn. Ace might get blown up with the crit, so they've got to be cautious. A lot of damage onto the Morphling. Savage is in some danger. Finds the waveform out of the base, and what's the call from Talon? If you look to retreat, maybe set a formation up. They won't even double back. They're happy with that somehow. And this is going to give Talon now an opportunity to set up around this top side. Instant jump. Chrono's still on cooldown for another 5 seconds. Tofu gets blown up without remorse. Duracho is going to try and put a little bit of damage into Makoto. Charge from the other side of the map as well. Ace going to try and deal with Ollie. Once again, 23 Savage looking to try and play around with the Spirit Breaker Replicate. Ace is in some danger with the Purge. Great reaction out of the BKB from the Morphling, and again, Duracho will have 0 damage inside the bubble. It is an all-out retreat. They've got to cut their losses. Quinn will juke up to the north. TP's still down for a couple of seconds. Looks like he'll be okay.
He's got the Aghanim Shard as well, so I was talking about that threat of being a legitimate right-clicker. Well, Makoto's reached that point.
Smoke on smoke.
As well. Doesn't want to let them get away, particularly Quinn. He's been pretty sneaky with that
Savage. Let's see how True Shift to be able to work with. Not going to be able to blow him up from 4 to 0. Ace spies the Shadow Demon, but doesn't commit with the charge. Got to be cautious. They group up instantly. The split away once again. Duracho doesn't find an opportunity for the Chrono, but everyone is isolated. Makoto's away from the boys. They're going to need to find some way to protect him with the Chrono. This time, will clip 2 heroes, and that gives him the opportunity to kill off Jabs as well. Savage against the world. Can he do it for the instant buybacks? Solid Guardian back into the middle. Savage, of course, has that second life. Down to the southern side, though, Ace gets some time to charge away, but the Fissure stops him from escaping. Duracho gets blown up as well. And now Quinn, looking like it might be a dieback, finds the blink at the last second. GAIMIN GLADIATORS not done. A Celery will also be killed off inside the river as up the high ground. Savage goes.
He knows that there's no backdoor protection. He knows that you're going to need to use a buyback for this. Otherwise, you're losing your entire base. But with no Chronosphere to be able to play around, can they 100-0 him?
I don't think you can. 3,500 health, and you got the Wind Waker out of Q, and now Quinn as well. Jumped on the backline from Makoto. Tossed into the double fissure. Quinn's down for over 2 minutes. And now the building's under siege. No Chrono for the defense. They can go for the end if they want. Talon knocking one of the favorites down to start in the lower bracket.
More buybacks being used. They don't want to give this one up without a fight. This is starting in that lower bracket. A single series enough to be able to wipe you out. They would love to be able to pick off Duracho here.
Duracho, Savage, Refresher used for the double waveform. That
they still can't
is all she wrote. Talon and Savage take a freaking bow. What a comeback performance from the Southeast Asian boys. They are never out of any game.
And they are into the upper bracket as well. Can the real 23 Savage please stand up, because he was the reason that Talon were able to get back into this game and then get across the line. What a way to be able to finish off this last day of day one of the playoffs.
Guys, I'm sorry to interrupt. A huge moment there. Congratulations, everybody. Well done. Well done. Are you feeling good? Are you feeling high energy? All right, all right. Very good. Any words out there? I mean, what a series game 2. That was crazy, man.
Yeah, it's a good game.
Yeah, absolutely.